So here we go, everybody. Right hot into game number 2, as we have Integer versus Joker on the second map, which is two ways in its new lovely form and shape with the bigger Charlie, which is now in ranked as well, by the way. They found the bug that was the reasoning behind it, why it didn't pop up in ranked. So this map is back in ranked. Loop and Black Forest will come with the next patch. They found the issues. Those And two ways already is in, because that was a quick fix. It was there all along, it's just... yeah, another map took its place and appeared more often than it should. And now this map is back in there. And yeah, it's back here in the tournament as well, as we have Integer with a big Integer push. First UK, Integer playing the British as always. And a lot of Gazelles with SAS Patrol. And a lot of Skimithars together with Javelins. Okay, these guys up front here, not doing so well, getting eliminated. None of them surviving, but the Scimitar plus Javelin push still coming up, still being scary. Joker once more on 39. Will try to run down some Scimitars down here. Javelins, do they unload? No. But Scimitar is not being spotted. And the Javelins should be doing pretty well against the helicopters, and the Scimitars can be dangerous in numbers. One of them gets hit a bit by the Mi-24, but the Javelin's now on top of it. Mi-24V has to be careful there. Mi-8 as well. Javelins do get the hits. Javelin's pretty accurate. Only issue of the Javelin is that it is manually guided, so it has to keep line of sight while it's on the flight. SU-25 here in a bad spot as well. Tornado coming in. Tornado getting the kill. SU-27 at least gets the kill on Tornado as well. But SU-25, if not achieving too much. BTR here moving around for Joker. The center and the north really empty for Integer. Just some Rover Milans there. And a leader. Couple of Javelins coming up. The push is down here, but the defense is here really heavily reduced, and no anti-tank whatsoever down here. Another helicopter being brought in by Joker, and I feel like that's the wrong unit. I mean, there is a lot of Javelins there that even loaded back in, coming in with the push, and I feel like what you need is some good infantry and BMPs to deal with the Scimithars. So that the Scimithars can't easily push into buildings, because they have to fear Motostrelki RPGs. And the BMPs can pick them off if they're further out on range. But yeah, helicopter doesn't feel like the answer. One single Odleni Podechki also not quite the answer, as that can be dealt with relatively easily as well. Harrier cluster here, getting some kills as well. Coop running out of ammo, doesn't get the hit. Quite unfortunate that it doesn't get any hits there, as the +3 is going on for Joker. But the south is not looking good for Joker here. Assaults and Scimitar moving forward. What are the reinforcements here? CV. No, that's just rotating around. I guess just a plane there for Integer for now. CV coming in on the other side. Some Odleni Podechkis, some Sep Perry. No BMPs. No T-62s or anything like that. There we go with T-62. Not the biggest fan of the T-62 per se though in this matchup. Scimithars, if they get close enough, actually can kill that tank. And the T-62 has the issue that it has a relatively little rate of fire, so it can't kill them off quickly. TADBV might have been the better choice there, potentially. No air defense around here either, so the cluster bombers are dangerous as well. This is looking interesting down south. Ural moving around. Another T-62 moving up. Mi-24 VAA coming up against the Scimithars. Scimithars find the Odleni Podechki pretty quickly here. And that's why I said, like, infantry on their own also not that great. They are nice as a support, but Scimitar, one of them dropping, but they kill the infantry as well. Javelins trying to get into a spot where they can kill off that helicopter. As we have Assault Pioneers coming in. We have some units from the north as well. Javelins up here got forgotten. Integer a bit sloppy there on the deployment, it seems. Assault Pioneers relatively low as well, as the Javelins try to rotate around. Mi-24V reaction here at least pretty solid here out of Joker, keeping that away from the Javelins. Good choice for sure. Mi-8 recon helicopter coming up. Ural coming in for the coup. And the center is in control of Joker. Might even find the Milans. North potentially, obviously, could be pushed as well. Move infantry, as there's only the Rover Milans. All the rest is down here. BTRs have to be careful. They can't do anything against the Skimithars, and the Skimithars now become really annoying. Just spreading out, trying to get into a lot of different spots. Our leader will try to come in here for the south as well. +3 for Joker at the moment though. And Motostrelki could find this as well. As Integer is really trying to be quite cheesy here. BTR getting killed off. Interesting early push here. Will the Skimithar be found? Or what will happen there? SC-27 on the hunt for some Gazelles. The Javelin's not around to stop it, and two Javelins also most likely wouldn't be able to stop it anyways. So Gazelle does drop. Skimithar on the way up to on top of the hill. Mi-8's coming around in bigger numbers. T-62 is around there, a bit further in the rear as well. It's only a +1 for now. Skimithars continue moving forward. T-62 has line of sight on them now though. First one dropping, but a lot of ground gained here in the south for Integer. It can be filled with more reinforcements, and a lot of reinforcements on the way. A good amount of armored rifles with Warrior Milans. CB, another one coming in as well. SU-25 rocket is around. We'll try to get a kill onto the Skimithar. Arc having a bit of line of sight issues here with the hill being in the way. Second SU-25 will try to do the job. Might struggle similarly though. But gets the kill with some rockets on target. With an ATGM on target actually. It was an ATGM plane. Cluster coming in for the T-62. If it gets killed off, it didn't pay off though. It gets the kill on the T-62, but SU-25 should be able to kill it. Harrier cluster, or the SU-27 does it. Javelins around the numbers on this hill now though. And that can be quite annoying. Javelins getting some good hits in. SU-25 will be pushed back, will be out for a while. And yeah, this assault here in the south, really annoying for Joker. But I feel like, really, the basic BMP plus Motostrelki combo, no matter if BMP 3s, 2s or 1s even, could have done the job of cleaning this out a long while ago. Like, I feel like Joker tried to be too fancy or was too scared of what was up there. Yes, the Javelins on the hill are pretty annoying. Mi-8 MTA checking out the north. North still heavily pushable on for either side. It seems like Integer is the first one to bring in reinforcements there. Another Skimithar blob. And also now brings in the rest of the forces into the center. And yeah, it's Joker a bit pinned into a corner here. Didn't need to be that way. Like, Joker could have gotten the initiative up north or in the center, but gave it up to try to defend harder here. Invested here into a lot of stuff, but he didn't kill much. Like, he didn't lose much. His planes are all still alive, but they didn't kill much. And he lost a lot of ground for it. He lost a lot of ground for it. Motostrelki now will get eliminated here by the Warrior Milans as they're too far out there. And they will get shot up. +1 for Joker for now, but that might not go on for much longer. T-62 is coming up. BTR 60. We have some more Otleni Podechki coming around as well, but the +1 should end relatively soon as we have a CV around here. And there's not that much in the middle. And the north might get problematic as well. 2 ATGMs here won't save it. Okay, more ATGMs on the way. A lot more ATGMs. T-62 on the way as well. KDBV coming up now too. We have an SU-27 on the hunt for a helicopter again. SAS patrol, can they unload before that SU-27 is on top of them? It seems like they might just make it in the nick of time. No. They go down. SAS patrol down. Big oof there for Integer once more, but still in the driving seat. Skimithars in the south versus T-62. T-62, as you can see, if it misses the reload time of 10 seconds, even without being stunned in any extent, is highly annoying. Milan over here trying to come for the PTR. PTR goes down. T-62 misses 3 times. Really not the perfect tank for hunting down lightly armored stuff like that. Like, 62 is in numbers pretty strong against other light tanks. They're not really that great against Skimitar's. Tornado moving around. SU-25 coming in. Heavy fighting up there. SU-27 trying to get the Harrier. Will find the kill. Good job. Once the SU-25 comes around here. Javelins. Can they find the kill? Not quite yet. You see the ATGM driving in. Me-24 VAA chilling out in the south. Really strong play here by Integer. Really strong positional play. More chilling out in the north. As the Rovers get resold right now. The Perry coming in. C-25 AT flying around. And Scimitar and Javelin still chilling out here. Still holding this really strong position. And yeah, Joker not really having the setup in the middle. Para leaders will get in there. Will be able to capture it. And here we go. +2 for Integer. And let's see if Joker can hold out in the middle. Joker has more forces here in the south, but is not using them aggressively just yet. Scimitar here also might eliminate another Red Gas squad. Me-24V can't really come around. Like, the amount of helicopters is weird. Helicopters really not necessary here for Joker, but Joker kind of seems to be addicted with the Me-8s and the Me-24s. Seems to be really scared of any sideline shenanigans here as well, I guess. Which is not happening this time around. But Integer might have set up that narrative pretty well in the first game. Armed rifles under fire. Warrior Milans moving forward as well. T-80BV really strong there. Outclassing everything on the other side by a long shot in the middle. Should be strong enough to hold this in the center. The Odleni Podechki need to be careful though. They go down. Saperi can't do anything here. Like, yeah, it's all specialized infantry here early on. And early on you usually want the all-rounders. Because you have to cover ground. Not having just normal motor Strelkys here is an issue in my eyes for Joker. Like, really, BMPs and motor Strelkys would have covered the ground against all of this so well if micro just decently, from what I see. And instead it was all specialized units, like the specialized Odleni Podechki and so on, and those then being caught out in the wrong spot with low hit points and so on. And they are pretty expensive. Well, they're not that expensive, but like, yeah, it's points that could have gone into some just baseline infantry that can kill infantry for you decently, that can just hold the ground. And it didn't really work out. The push over the hill is coming in now. +2 still on the other side. A lot of javelins still around. SU-27. Will it go down? Nope. Javelin's not good enough against the ECM here. Not quite getting the kill. But SU-27 will need to get the hell out of there. Infantry loses the fight in the south. More rifles coming in now. Rifles really strong as they have the lower 80, especially if you combine them with something like the Assault Pioneers. As Odleni Podechki move forward. BT jams in the north. Scorpion there, chilling out on the other side. We have some Motostrelki in BMP3s now coming around. BMP1's won as well. But Integer has the +2 for now. BMP3 moving forward, but the rifles are scary. T-62 already getting hit by Law 80 there. Doesn't quite get killed off. BMP3 here really strong against the Assault Pioneers, but the rifles with their Law 80 is super scary. Will one-shot them, and that's a massive problem. Motostrelki here not in the right spot to help out. One of the rifles heavily pinned down, but the second one is around now. Will find the first BMP3, will get stunned down before it can get a shot off onto the second one. And is now getting killed off. Okay, BMP3 still working out there. A lot of Gazelle rockets coming around now. No AA on the other side. No planes around either. So that's a problem. An OSAR or two could be really helpful now. Odleni Podechki will get eliminated really quickly there as, yeah, the low hit points once more hitting them. And we have a MiG-23 MLD coming in. But against rocket, that's super overkill. And that's getting killed off by the Rapier and the Javelin. That's a 20-point helicopter for a 150-point plane. So that's super worthwhile for Integer. And a big throwaway of, yeah, never buy planes against the Gazelle rockets. If you can engage them with a plane that you already have, okay, that's fine, but you will never be cost efficient. Even if you kill 2 of them and you get back to base, you still invested 155 points in killing 2 20-point helicopters. Never do that. Always either ignore them, they will run out of missiles, or get ground-based AA. That can slowly pick them up one by one. And yeah, Joker really, really struggling. Will get into the center here. BMP-3 coming in. Armored rifles under fire. Me-8 MTA coming with some more units. More infantry necessary. The Gazelle rockets need to be dealt with as well, though. Yep, here's a good investment there. Maybe a bit overclear with the investment. More infantry is necessary. +2 needs to be stopped, as Integra now has more than the opponent. Center still can be pushed hard here by Joker, though. If Joker does it right. Infantry plus TADBVs plus BMP3s can do a lot of work here in this matchup. We see a good couple of scout laws flying in up front. Good amount of rifles. Yeah, using armored vehicles now in the south will be tough. Joker just too slow to push the south, and then losing a... yeah, just getting killed off by the cheap stuff. Integra always catching the counter pushes, avoiding the units that Joker bought the counter for, and then killing it off with something else like the Gazelle rockets for the Otleni Podechki. And this is not looking good for Joker this time. A lot of infantry coming in here. Joker needs to win the center, and then needs to swing north, but the north by now is also well entrenched for Integra. Joker a bit too slow here on all of the play. Obviously, we have it way easier than Joker. Joker never, ever even so close to the amount of stuff we see here right now. The removal of Fog of War always makes it so easy looking, but Fog of War really being the big issue and the big skill differentiator in this game. Playing around that. S-35 is both getting shut down. That's big. And yeah, trying to use air here in the south is just absolutely pointless as well. By now, like every single plane in the last 3 minutes that Joker sent down here got shut down, and Joker still believes in sending in more. Like, this is really the classic sunken cost fallacy a bit. It's like, oh yeah, next one will do it. It's a thing that we saw in every tournament since Steel Division Normandy 44. People just somehow get really narrow-sighted once they have engaged at some point of the map, and then they ignore the rest of the map. And that's especially deadly with air. Like, air... usually AA can only defend one spot of the map. With the current buff to AA, that's not quite the case for some AA, but the AA that First UK has for sure can only protect one part of the map. So if they are all down here, why not use your airplanes and a strong push up north? There they could be super efficient, but people just get really focused on that one spot, and then they will try to do it here so badly, whilst actually Joker's advantages are completely elsewhere. You should try to fight where you have the advantages and not try to fight where you are behind and trying to come back there. That's always a bad thing to attempt. Like, it can work out potentially, but it's so much easier to make it work where you are ahead and try to push that advantage. That's what happens now, but without the Su-25s around, it's so much harder to push. Like, Su-25s up north in a push into this town with some recon and some BMP-3s behind that, and maybe a TADBV, could easily overrun everything. But without the Su-25s, it's just so much harder here. The focus down here is just really bad right now for Joker, as the BMP-3s and BTRs will now get eliminated. And yeah, Integra just played the War of Movement, which this map is all about, a lot better. Like, this map can go down and become a grind of Charlie, but this map for sure allows for a lot of maneuvering in the early game, and Integra did that pretty well. Lost the CV now in the middle, but I would still say Integra has the advantage when it comes to positioning. Lost a couple of good units though lately there. Su-25 is getting some nice shots up as well. Javelins here running low on ammo. And TADBV getting some bad forts. Who has to be really careful though. Lower 80 around here is side shot and you are toast. And even a frontal hit does do a lot of damage. Next launcher does miss though. TADBV Has to be careful. Has to get the hell out of there. Joker back to a +1. That's a nice slow take. Milan's coming around. The Challenger Mark II CV coming in. Only one T80BV here around. And oh, okay. The Law does miss with the last shot. The MP3 is coming around for the center. As we see some D20 trying to hit up some stuff in the south. BTRs firing on everything as well. With the BTR over here has to be really careful. Rifle potentially could pick that off. As the T62 here under ATGM fire falls to the Milans. T62 over here has to be careful. The Challenger coming up, and another Challenger following right behind it. More Warriors in Milans. Javelins up north, still stuck in the rear. But yeah, this push really has to go places, and it's not going places right now. BMP3 gets hit. One Warrior Milan at least goes down. Next ATGM flies. Does that get a hit? No, both are heavily stressed out. T62 not coming around to help out right now. ADBV has to be careful as the Challenger does approach. Scout in the rear. Oh, this is annoying. Scout with Law 80 getting 2 kills here on BMP3s with infantry. 2 BMP3s eliminated at this point in the game. Absolutely devastating. The 2 Motostrelkis inside also really important here right now for the center. But like the 2 BMP3s especially could have such a massive impact there. So getting the kill there really, really big. Para leader gets spotted, get hit by artillery. Can they be killed off? Warrior Motostrelkis tried to get on top of it as well. T62 helping out from the side. The 30mm too close to the scout to be able to fire. Below minimum range. Assault Pioneers trying to move around as well. The Para leader not down, not found just yet. T62 not having line of sight there. Or not being able to spot it rather. Warrior Milan coming around against T80BV. As we have some challengers moving forward. And the ATGM on the fire. BTR in trouble as well. T80BV goes down. That is really bad. The center is in a lot of trouble. SU-27 flying around, but the Tiger really playing a fantastic game here. SU-27 moving around. Repair. Not getting a hit. Gazelle getting killed. Joker now in an insane amount of trouble, and this game kind of feels over now. Warrior Milan gets the kill there on the CV, and the center is completely collapsing. The south, I don't see that getting one back anytime soon, and the planes, the SU plane advantage that once was, is not there anymore. SU-24 also not quite hitting the target there. Challenger will flip the center, then it will be a +5 for Tiger. And yeah, Joker gets the CV in the south at least, but still a +3 for the enemy. A lot of Warriors coming in, another Challenger coming in. The ground forces here still better for Integer. On the hunt for the BTR as well with some rifles. Motostrelki Maddies trying to find some shots. Not quite finding them just yet. Well, the north is still chilling out. +3 here, really nice for our player in blue. Getting further ahead in points. Warrior Milan coming up. Motostrelki Maddies under fire as well. Get eliminated. We have some BTR 60 PBK coming up once more, but there is just not that much in the center. BMP3s coming in here now, but they should have come around way earlier. BMP3s over here also in trouble. Rifles have still a couple of laws, or actually full laws, 80 ammo left, and yeah, they start to annihilate them here. And Tiger just having so much more map control here right now. Really in the driving seat all game long. The one counter push of Joker in the middle not working out. Getting completely annihilated by now. And T62 under heavy fire as well. As the Motostrelki BMPs here getting hit by Assault Pioneers. Get hit up. Rifles with their low 80s. Absolutely devastating if the BMP3 gets into line of sight again. BMP3 trying to maneuver around. As the D20 will try to get on top of the scout. Not hitting just yet though. Well, the +3 does continue. Warrior Milan slowly coming in. CV could be helpful there, and we have a surrender from Joker. Integer wins this game. Yeah, KD in the end, not even that great for Integer, but the position was just so strong. Comeback there for Joker would have been really, really hard.